Okay, Forge, where the hell is Retro? I've been looking for him all week, ever since I got back from another, I'll take out a bunch of Illuminati clones with Barnes. He should be in the practice room figuring out the grid as far as future Retro reviews go. Seriously, how am I keep getting locked out of it? I'm telling you, you can't mix it with my powers. I know I have to do it with Greg mechanics. Hey, long story short, yeah, what? I'm tired. I had to fight a bunch of Illuminati clones. You, me, bed. Now, wait, wait. No buts. Whoa, hey. Interesting. Now that I had weekend. Yes, it sounds like that is my intentions, man. You really gonna say that right now, Asgardian Crazy Psycho? No, you're all good here, Forge. You were going to cover for Retro. He did have I guess, a backup plan for this. Strategies. It's amazing he still has one. Hi, everyone. This is Forge here, covering, I guess, for Retro and doing tune-ups with his suits, in case you can also tell, for his upcoming Tron Ares review. So apologies for a sec that we're going to off-cam. My hand mix-ups due to, religious and racial reasons. Oh, come on. It's just a face swap. It's not that crazy. It's very crazy. So, let's get to the most obvious. I guess we can't really call this a retro editorial or more or less a... I mean, it is, but we're not really going to call this as it is a double review, mainly because we're basically cramming two movies into one just to lead up to, essentially, what's going to be going on later this weekend for Tron Ares. So, for the first movie and for Legacy, they're both going to be double reviews here due to the grounds that are like almost 20 years apart, almost, I guess, 30 in the wait between the first movie and Legacy's case. So, what's there to say about the first movie that hasn't already been said? Well, aside from a crappy screen grab. Retro, seriously, gotta optimize more. But outside of that, yeah, it is groundbreaking for what it was at the time. There is a lot of lore and details of what led to the production for this. For most, I guess, people who don't know too much about old rotoscoping back in the day for the Disney, well, pre-Disney Renaissance 80s, there really wasn't much to go off of. They had to really do things by hand. I think it was shot in black and white for the visuals and stuff like that. As for the plot itself, Jeff Bridges is obviously Kevin Flynn, who gets ousted by a board of directors of MCOM, which will be the evil organization throughout all of this franchise. And long story short, he got snubbed out of like 5+ games he devved back in, like, I want to say the late 70s. And long story short, I had to do the closest thing to what a PG movie could do with corporate espionage back in the day. So, spycraft aside, there really wasn't much tech-wise. Other than, yeah, like I said about the visuals for the original movie, it is groundbreaking for what it was, and for some reason in the 1983 Oscars, it got disqualified because they thought it was cheating using a computer. My God, have things changed in the last 4 decades. So, on to Legacy. There isn't much to decipher about other than Garrow Headland and Olivia Wall, or kind of like not the closest thing you got to a canon ship in this franchise. I know we're jumping around plots for both movies, like the mention of Bruce Brock's minors. Tron, long story short, his naming convention is electronic, among other things. Outside of that, the visuals for Legacy are leaps and bounds better between Tron 1, and you can definitely tell in 82 to now, at this point, 2010. So going on 15 years later, did the 4K restoration for both of these do pretty good? Well, not so much with Legacy. For the IMAX shots, they definitely preserved a lot better than you think visually. Retro and myself watched this on Disney Plus over the weekend, so sorry in advance if it sounds a little jarring for both myself and Retro trying to, I guess, jumble with, I guess, the facts here. We're dancing around most of these movies. Out of the two, which is the strongest out of them all? As far as plot goes, it's definitely Legacy, but not by much. How we are with Jeff Bridges knowing he's going to be in Ares pretty soon, next couple of days. He's doing his dudisms. Retro grew up with him as the Deuterino himself. Yes, I had to remember a bunch of Big Lebowski jokes in his show notes. Yes, show notes, off screen, of course. Look, back channels aside, it's still a decent bunch of movies to watch. You can definitely tell this was very early 80s Disney, because I don't even think they had a marketing team at the time, because apparently one of the old I guess executives back then didn't believe that was going to be a thing, or there was like a whole bad marketing strategy. Go to Mr. Sunday Movies. They're doing a back-to-back, obviously, retro reviews for that and Legacy. So, ultimately, it's up to you if you want to do this as supplemental material. From what we saw in the special look for Ares, there isn't too much to work off of. Maybe his new lore. There is a slim chance, if you already saw the trailers, that Jeff Bridges is going to make borderline a cameo. I don't think he's going to be fully integrated to the plot like he was in Legacy 15 years ago. Also, the guy is literally in his 70s, so that's understandable. He's not going to do too much. And yeah, the one jarring thing we've been avoiding all review for this half of the Tron movies was basically Clue. Essentially, back in the 82 original, Flynn used Clue as like a backup program to basically figure out what Encom was doing with the games that he was associated to. Jump to Legacy, he basically became Space Hitler. Like, there's really no getting around it. I think Kind of Funny's interview did a little better explaining that than most, but outside of that, which has the better soundtrack, since we're getting into final ratings here? Obviously, Legacy until Ares comes out, because, yes, the only other reason why Retro is going all in for the grid is because, obviously, the Nine Inch Nails soundtrack, Atticus Ross, and the bunch of the regulars that normally help out outside of the band for most Hollywood soundtracks will definitely pop a lot better than Daft Punk, but we won't know until we see it, obviously. I know Retro's been listening into the theme, and I don't know, he's a little mixed on it. It's kind of not mid, but it could have been more. Wait, Laura, hey, oh, hang on. Wow, they are really going at it in their relationship. Very strong for them, as far as exes go. Look, ultimately, it's Tron. It's the first movie and Legacy are a really hard, like, not too much homework, which is weird to say, but it is hard to remember what exactly is going to be in the grid, what is not going to be outside of the grid when they get into Ares. I think the only times you've seen stuff outside of the computer world was, I think, mostly the first 3.5 minutes of Legacy, and I think almost a good 30 minutes for the original movie to establish how this is going to work out. So as far as who is outside the real world and showing the tech of the time a lot better, yeah, it's probably the first Tron. But outside of that, the whole point of Ares is that it's going to be outside the grid. You're going to be seeing essentially a rogue program doing whatever they can to survive in this new world. And yeah, another big reason why we're all holding our breath on this cast is because, well, obviously Jared Leto being whatever Jared Leto is nowadays. Again, we'll talk more about that in the full review later this weekend. So until then, I'm not good with outros. In case you could tell, I'm more of a tech guy for the suits as time went on. As far as figure kayfabe goes, I don't even know what that is tactically. I told you it's a thing. No, it's not. Wait. Anyway, go to, I guess, this almost done grid suit here. Yeah, I had to refurbish most of the bells and whistles on this one. To sub the channel, the notification bell down below. If there's high points already established, let Retro and anybody in this channel know on the comments for this video and others as well. So also go to the previous, what he thought would be grid approved suits. Yeah, the tech all over, it's all over the place. And the power grid, just on the Morphin. I don't even understand the Morphin grid. Like, he thinks it would work. I don't see the vision. I really don't see the motion. Anyway, go to those suits here to our previous video, which was obviously Retro talking about Critical Role Campaign 4. Yeah, the grid suit there to the Shorts place for possibly not a Peacemaker short. I think he's going to be doing a double review for that. Hopefully this Thursday before going into Tron Ares. And until next time, this is a very tactical Real Nerf Forge here saying, I mean, if anything else, at least the life cycle still look good. 4 decades on, at least in the original, and it can't get any weirder than that, right? Seriously?